Hello, good evening, and welcome to day 5 of the Relaxation Revolution. We will hold on for about 2 minutes or so to give you time and space to join me here. So if you are already here live this evening, finding a comfortable seated position, I am in a chair again. You can be on a sofa. Today is more of a lecture and a little bit of movement and experience. As I said, we will hold on. It is still 1 minute to go, but let me know who is here. Melissa, I recognize your profile photo, my darling. So nice to see you. So let me know in the comments if you are here, how you've been going on with the commitments you made. Have you been able to keep up any mindful breathing over the weekend? Have you done any of the pillow yoga? I know, we have different routines over the weekend, so it can be harder or sometimes easier to work things into your life. So yeah, let me know who's here. Aga, I recognize your profile photo. Good evening. So yeah, we will begin in just a few moments. So you can be sat anywhere this evening. You'll need a little bit of space to stand, but this evening is more of a lecture and a little bit of experience of the topic a little bit, so you can process it into the body. We'll hold on not much longer. Give it 30 seconds or so. I was on a lovely Teaching Another Day retreat today for some other yoga teachers. We have had a gong bath. I don't know if anyone's been to a gong bath before. So I've had a gong bath, yoga nidra, which is deep guided relaxation, some somatic yoga, some yin yoga. So I'm feeling suitably chilled out and a little bit dopey. Let's check on the time. Right, I make that 8 o'clock. So let us begin. Welcome and good evening. We are day 5. Can you believe that? Day 5 of the Relaxation Revolution. Today we are exploring a little bit of theory. We will bring this into some practice and some movement and some tools that you can take away. But I really believe that knowledge is power. And we do not learn that much, especially through schooling and early life, on how the human body works. We learn about so much more, but we don't learn that much about our own body and how we work. And the human body is absolutely amazing. The more I learn, the more I am blown away. I feel like we need a manual, a manual on all the awesome things our body does and how to tap into it. And your body does so much each and every day, and there's little tweaks that you can make to optimize the system. So today I wanted to share with you some knowledge on your nervous system. Because this is more of a lecture format today and I want to get through content, I do have some notes on a screen in front of me. So if you see me looking down, I'm just checking in on my notes. So yes, today I'd like to be sharing with you some knowledge on your nervous system. So our nervous system completely creates our internal and external reality. So what do I mean by that? Your internal reality, all of the systems going on inside of you, your digestive system, your sleep, your brain function, your immune system, your nervous system has a real role in how these body processes are working. And then your external reality, your worldview, your perception, how you experience different events really comes down to what is happening in your nervous system. I'm sure you have all had moments where you've gone into a situation with, say, a friend or family member, and you've both perceived, felt, experienced the same situation completely differently. And that comes down to worldview, perception, and how your nervous system was responding in that moment. Now, we all know that we cannot control what happens in our everyday. And I'm sure you've heard many times before that one of the things we can control is how we are responding to, perceiving, and experiencing different situations. But in the moment, it can be quite hard to have that pause and choose how you react to something. You know, we might have the best intentions in the morning, we do our mindful breathing practices, we create our peace bubble, and then something doesn't go to plan in our day. Maybe we get stuck in traffic, maybe we end up late for work, then maybe we have a challenging conversation. Before we know it, you know, that's blown up into maybe a confrontation or a difficult experience and we're feeling stressed. In that moment, it's hard to step back and choose how you respond. But what we can do is think more about preventative medicine, more about proactively engaging every day in managing our nervous system so that we're not having to choose in the moment to react differently, but our whole nervous system feels different, so we respond to the situation differently. So this is where I'd like to share with you a little bit about the anatomy of your nervous system. So generally speaking, with the autonomic nervous system, people tend to think of the parasympathetic nervous system and the sympathetic nervous system. This is what we often get told, that we have your parasympathetic nervous system, which is your place of rest and digest. And then we have the sympathetic nervous system, which gets called in layman terms the fight, flight, freeze mode. But of late, people have been developing a much more nuanced theory called the polyvagal theory that really looks at 3 ways that we can be in our nervous system. And this says, polyvagal theory, that we have something called your ventral vagal system. This is your parasympathetic nervous system. When we are in our ventral vagal system, it's where we want to be in our default mode. It's where we want to spend the most time. When we are in the ventral vagal, parasympathetic, we feel safe. We're able to be in social situations. We're able to be engaged in life. Engaged, present, social, and feel safe. We can feel at ease. We feel that we can manage whatever comes our way. So that even if stressful, challenging situations come our way, we feel we can cope and we can manage. It's generally that, cup half full, at ease. And also when we're in this mode, we can rest easily, our digestive system's strong, our immune system's strong, our body's resting and renewing well. So we want this to be our default mode. Then we have the mode of the sympathetic nervous system. Calling this the fight or flight response gives it a little bit of a bad rep. Yes, it can be fight or flight, but really your sympathetic nervous system is about a heightened state of awareness. So it's not in and of itself inherently negative. So when you are in the sympathetic nervous system, heightened alertness. So imagine you were excited to see a friend you hadn't seen for a while. You're going out on a date maybe. You're going to go on holiday and you're doing something new. These times that are positive in your life, but you still feel a nervousness, an excitement, a heightened state of awareness. That's a good thing. But also that is tiring on your system because there's hormones released, adrenaline, cortisol. It's heightened alertness. So we want to be able to come into this. It's also a place of action and doing. We want to be able to come into the sympathetic nervous system, but to be able to move quickly back into the parasympathetic, the place of I'm at ease, I can manage anything that comes my way. We obviously also go into the sympathetic nervous system, heightened alertness, when we feel real or perceived danger. And in those moments, it can make us mobilized. But when we spend way too long in the sympathetic nervous system, when we're not coming in and out of it, we can feel agitated, frantic, anxious, irritated, overwhelmed. And it's easy to have this world view that the world is lack. I don't have enough. The world is unfriendly. The world is dangerous. And you think about COVID, that's brought everyone to some degree at different times longer into the sympathetic nervous system. And it is tiring on the body. But you want to be able to move in and out of these two systems throughout the day. Okay? The quicker you are at coming into heightened alertness and being able to come back to parasympathetic, ease, social engagement, I can handle anything that life throws my way, the better your nervous system is working. And this is called vagal tone. How quickly you can move in and out of states. Rest, heightened alertness. Okay? Things like coherent breathing improve this, because it's seen to improve your heart rate variability, which is an indicator of vagal tone. I want you to come and do a little exercise with me for this. So I'd love you to come to standing. Okay, I'm just going to move my chair to the side. So, heart rate variability. Every time you inhale, you come into a slight sense of heightened awareness and your heart rate increases. As I said on our first day, inhale is like pressing the accelerator pedal. Exhale is the slow down. So every time you come into inhale, we're slightly sympathetic. Every time exhale, we're stimulating the ventral vagal. So I'd like you to stand with your right foot a little forward and your left foot a little back. Right side is again the go, left side is the pause. And I'd like you to lean into your front leg, lean into the right leg and inhale. Feel that heightened awareness. Then exhale, rock back onto your left leg and you feel the softening. So do this with me. Inhale forwards, lean in. Exhale, lean back. Now keep going. And this is how we're wanting our nervous system to react throughout the day. Lean in when you need heightened awareness. Draw back when we come into ventral vagal. Inhale forwards and back, and see if you can feel your nervous system responding to this. That you press the accelerator on the inhale and the lean, the brake as you come back. And this is a well-functioning nervous system throughout your day, in this ebb and flow. Heightened awareness, ease and flow. Heightened awareness, ease and flow. Okay, so leaving that there, and sit back down. So that is how we're wanting to work with our nervous system in the day. But the last part of polyvagal theory, when we spend too much time on that heightened awareness, when we haven't got this ease of ebb and flow, we come into the dorsal vagal mode. So this is when people feel so stressed for such a long period of time, consciously or unconsciously, that we become numb, collapsed, shut down. It's what I like to think of as like the beige out. Life suddenly lost color. Numb, collapsed, shut down, empty, disconnected, alone. So that is when we're in dorsal vagal. And this is when it is damaging to our health. It's damaging to how we are in the world. So we want to make sure that we have processes that keep us with this dance between ventral vagal, everything's okay, heightened awareness. So that we're not getting stuck in heightened awareness. When we stay stuck in heightened awareness for too long, the adrenal system gets drained, we come into dorsal vagal, which is that shut down, numb, empty place. When the body needs deep, deep rest to then start to come up to action, mobilized, and then start this dance of life again. So if we come all the way back to thinking about how your nervous system shapes your life experience, imagine one situation, maybe going into a meeting at work. Which one of those nervous system responses you're in is going to shape how you respond to that meeting? If you go in with the feeling of dorsal vagal, numb, empty, alone, disconnected. Or if you go in with that sense of sympathetic, agitated, anxious, overwhelmed, or if you're sitting in ventral vagal, where you are feeling at ease and can manage whatever life throws your way, you can see that you're going to feel that meeting completely differently. The meeting, the event, the lunch with your in-laws, that doesn't change. What you can change is the nervous system mode you're in when you go into that event. So how do we change what mode you're in? This is what gets exciting. You came with, I can only best describe this as computer shortcut keys. Literally buttons that you can press on your being, which can change the nervous system mode you're in instantly. Instantly. The nerves that turn you into the parasympathetic, that everything's okay, I can handle what life throws me, they are the nerves of your parasympathetic nervous system. You stimulate those nerves, your body turns on the parasympathetic nervous system. Now you have 4 key nerves that are cranial nerves that stimulate, turn on, press the short keys of your parasympathetic nervous system. Primarily your vagus nerve comes out of the brain stem, wanders through many of your vital organs and ends in the gut. Then you also have your ocular motor nerve, which is connected with your eyes. You have your facial nerve, which is connected also with facial expression. You have your glossopharyngeal nerve, which is your throat, and the vagus nerve. So if we learn how to press these nerves, we can come back into the parasympathetic nervous system. Okay, so seated, standing, I don't really mind lying down. We're going to start by stimulating the vagus nerve. And nothing I'm going to show you now, we haven't already done in the last few days. We're just catching up with the science. So bringing your hands to your tummy. Inhale, in and down. Exhale out and up. Now make a dome with your hands like this and sit it in front of your diaphragm. As you inhale, flatten the hands out, imagining your diaphragm descending. As you exhale, hands raise up, diaphragm rises. Inhale, dome down, diaphragm lowers. Exhale up. Now keep going. This slow, rhythmic, diaphragmatic breathing is stimulating that vagus nerve through the gut, pressing that computer shortcut key. 80% of the fibers of the vagus nerve are sending messages back to your brain. This is sending messages to your brain right now. Everything is okay. Come into parasympathetic nervous system. It's that easy. Diaphragmatic belly breathing, rather than breathing up in your chest, flickering your eyes open. So the ocular motor nerve in your eyes, when you're always looking at screens, when you're in your peripheral vision, this is having the opposite effect. A simple thing you can do throughout your day to press the computer shortcut key. Rub those hands, place them over your eyes. And be conscious here. Ask your eyes to relax. Imagine your eyelids relaxing. Imagine your eyeballs rolling back and down in the socket. You're relaxing your ocular motor nerve to turn on your parasympathetic nervous system. Sliding your fingers out to your temples. Do a little circular massage. Now, so many people know this, to massage here. They don't know the why. Stimulating the ocular motor nerve, computer shortcut key for my parasympathetic nervous system. Now slide down to your jaw and start to massage your jaw and very softly open and close your mouth. And as you do this, relax your cheeks. We're stimulating the facial nerve, computer shortcut key for the parasympathetic nervous system. Now see if you can stimulate a yawn. I really let it be noisy. This is working with the glossopharyngeal nerve. And again, I know it's silly. Glossopharyngeal nerve in the throat. And sliding your hands around the back of your head, interlace your fingers and hold your own head. Press your head back and up into your hands and take little movements. This kind of works with all of them a little bit. Definitely vagus nerve, but these cranial nerves coming out of the brainstem. Maybe tuck the chin down a little bit. Get that slow belly breath going. And release. Now, I'm aware I'm going way over time, but if you can stay with me, we're going to bring that into standing. If you have to go, I totally understand. You can catch this later. This is my favorite one. How to stand, stimulate those nerves without anybody knowing you're doing this. You can do this in a meeting. You can do this when you're facing someone that's revving you up. You can do this in a disagreement. You can do this when you face your mother-in-law. You can do this and nobody knows you are doing it. And you're pressing computer shortcut keys. You're standing. First is diaphragmatic belly breath. Inhale, belly descends. Exhale, it rises. Now, eyes open. Imagine you're looking at the eyes of someone, but soften your eyes. So eyes are open, but soften them. Soften the gaze, soften the stare. Then invite a tiny smile in the corners of the mouth. This engages the facial nerve in social function, which is ventral vagal. And standing there, soft eyes, gentle smile, breathing diaphragmatically. You can add that slight rock, inhaling forwards. So really feel the exhale back onto the heels. Just a little forwards and back. Now you can stand in this, pressing your computer shortcut keys. Okay, and coming back to seated when you're ready. So as we know, what mode of our nervous system we're in is going to shape how we respond to situations. How we respond to situations is going to completely shape our life. So I hope you have found this interesting. The human body absolutely fascinates me. Thank you so much for joining me for these 5 days. If you have got what you need from these 5 days, I am so pleased and so honored to have shared this information with you. If you feel that this is just the surface and that you would like to work deeper with me, I would love to invite you to join my 12-week transformative rest. The tools we've given you today are great, but when your body really needs rest, it needs practice and time. A lot of what we've been doing over these 5 days is a little bit like having a wet wipe wash when you feel dirty, rather than having a bath. So if you would like to have a bath for me, the 12-week transformative rest course I have designed for just this. It is 7 90-minute workshops. So you think what you felt in like our 15-20 minutes. You have 7 90-minute workshops over the 12 weeks, lifetime access to them. And then in between the 7 workshops, it's actually about giving you 5 and 10-minute long videos for you to implement in your real life. So it's about making lasting, real change. I used to teach restorative and yin yoga as a special once a month, and people would feel amazing at the end of once a month. But that's not making change. So transformative rest is for people who want to make real change with me. So it's about, yes, giving you the tools in 7 90-minute workshops, but then giving you the information, accountability, and structure to be doing 5 to 10 minutes a few times a week to make real change. So if you feel this calling, I will share the link in the group for more information, and I will email you tomorrow with the course. It starts in August. It's live on Friday evenings, but you can do it by replay. It will be on Zoom so we can see each other, and you have lifetime access to all of the materials. It's covering healing yoga, somatic yoga, yin yoga, restorative yoga, meditation, mindful breathing, education, reflection, life changes for, 12 weeks, 3 months to make a real difference. So I'd love to take you on that journey. Please let me know, drop me a message if you're interested in learning more. I'll email you details as well. Otherwise, thank you so much for taking this journey with me. I'll send you an email with all of the 5 videos in one place via YouTube so you can get to them anytime. And please know I'm always here for you. Drop me a messenger, drop me an email, drop me a WhatsApp. But may you rest every day. Thank you. Om Shanti. May you be in peace. Good evening.